From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking, I'd say a baseball diamond is a pretty patriotic look. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils in Pasco. Temperatures out there feeling pretty nice right now in the Tri-Cities, 57 degrees. We're seeing a mixture of 40s, 50s, and 60s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, 50s and 60s for the Lower Columbia Basin, and it's the same thing for the foothills of the Blue Mountains. A little bit later today, it will be hotter compared to the past couple days. We'll be about 5 degrees above average for the 4th of July, which means we'll be in the 90s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. We'll also be in the 90s for the Lower Columbia Basin, and a mixture of 80s and 90s for the foothills of the Blues. And then for tonight, we'll have clear skies, very comfortable temperatures. So if you're going to be headed out to any firework displays, and we'll have that forecast coming up for you a little bit later in the show, but the weather should hold up pretty nicely. Near 60 for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. Will also be near 60 for the Lower Columbia Basin, and it's going to be the same thing for the foothills of the Blues. Okay, now let's get on to the real impacts from the weather over the next 7 days, and it's very obvious. We're about to see triple-digit heat setting in on Friday. It's likely going to peak in intensity between Monday to Wednesday. It looks like for now Tuesday is going to be the hottest day, but this is going to bring a myriad of problems to our region. First of all, the National Weather Service in Pendleton has issued this excessive heat warning. That's in the magenta color, and then in this orange color, that's the heat advisory. But this goes from noon on Friday to 10 p.m. on Thursday. So this is essentially going to be a week-long ordeal. It's not just the heat that's going to be dangerous, which it will be, but also fire impacts are going to go way up. Now we're going with the first alert high impact fire day for Friday and Saturday for the entire viewing area. It looks like Saturday is probably going to be the more dangerous of those 2 days. As we look at fire fuel energy in terms of historical percentiles, we're going to be up into the 90th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties, up into the 81st percentile for the Columbia Basin, and then we'll be up into the 89th percentile for the Blue Mountains. Those numbers are bad. These numbers I'm about to show you are a lot worse, as we're going with the first alert extreme impact fire day for Monday and Tuesday for Kittitas and Yakima counties, also for the Blues. As take a look at some of these values. Fire fuel energy up into the 98th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties, and up into the 99th percentile for the Blue Mountains. Very dangerous stuff. Can't underscore that enough. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Cascades. We'll be even in the mid-80s in the mountains for Sunday through Tuesday. So hot stuff there. And then for the Kittitas Valley, we'll be on the cusp of 100 degrees for Saturday and Sunday, breaking 100 into next week. And then for the Yakima Valley, highs likely peaking around 105 degrees on Tuesday. And then for the Lower Columbia Basin, we'll likely trend closer to 110 for Tuesday. So again, very hot stuff. And then for the foothills of the Blues, we'll have overnight lows in the 70s for Tuesday through Wednesday. And sometimes that can be just as dangerous as those real high highs. And then for the Blue Mountains, very dangerous fire situation into next week with vegetation almost completely drying out.